Hey there. Happy Thursday. It's Leslie Dories, your marriage coach, and today is the day that I talk marriage. And one of the things that's really important to me is for people to really understand what their role is in marriage. Marriage is a real challenge because you've got a built-in scapegoat. It's very, very easy to look at your partner and talk about and identify all the things that they are doing that if they would just stop, everything would be great. And the problem is that your partner is thinking exactly the same thing. And it's really, really hard because I was just reading a post on a marriage Facebook group where she was talking about how she struggles to do the right thing in her marriage. She doesn't want to get angry, but she does because she says that her husband just pokes at her until she responds. And I'm going to tell you, I've been there, not with my husband, he doesn't do that. I've been there in other situations where somebody very close to me would just poke at me and poke at me and poke at me until I exploded. And then I got blamed because I was the one who lost my temper. That ever happened to you? And what happens is that we lose the high ground when we do that. When we only focus on what other people are doing instead of what we're doing, then we let ourselves off the hook for inappropriate behavior. And this happens in marriage all the time. So when I talk about stepping up and being the hero in your marriage, what I'm talking about is learning what works, learning what relationships are all about, how they work, how you each put in your own thing, and what you each can do differently. I realize that yes, relationships are natural, but only up to a point. There are actually skills that you can learn that will make you better at them. And one of those skills is stepping up and doing the right thing for your marriage. There is a book out there. It's ostensibly a leadership book. In fact, it's actually called Leadership and Self-Deception. And it is a great book about relationships because what happens is we all know what the right thing to do is. We all know that it's not at all helpful to call our partners names or to belittle their character in any way or to say you always or you never, because that's never true. One exception to the always and never thing. But we don't do the right thing, and then we find justifications for why it's okay not to do the right thing. Well, my wife didn't do this or my husband didn't do that, and so therefore that lets me off the hook. Nope. No, 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 it doesn't. Doing the right thing is tough, but that's what heroes do. Heroes do the tough stuff. It's what makes them heroes. It's what makes us admire people. People who hold to their principles, people who, as the expression goes, walk the talk. These are the people that we admire and look up to. And if you're not being that person in your marriage, then that's the place to start. What does it take to not get involved in a fight? Because I'm going to tell you, one of my Leslieisms is disagreement in a marriage is a given. Fighting is a choice. If you and your partner are fighting and arguing, it's because you're choosing to. You can be angry by yourself, but you cannot fight by yourself. So when your partner is doing things that you find provoking and you give in, guess what? You're off to the races. A harder thing is to learn what to do. Staying quiet, walking away, are all good things to do. When you're upset, my rule of thumb is on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being everything's calm and wonderful and fantastic, and 10 is somebody's going out the second story window and I don't know who it is. If you are higher than a 3, don't open your mouth. That's being a hero. Being a hero means you don't get caught up in it. Being a hero in your marriage means that you're not just automatically saying yes. This is the happy wife, happy life thing that makes me crazy, and that men are just supposed to say yes, dear, to have a happy marriage. No, you cannot agree to something you don't agree to. Being a hero is being able to say no. It's not automatically saying yes to keep the peace. Okay? That's Heroes will stand up when necessary. Okay? And this is what being a hero in your marriage is all about. You put your marriage first. And when you put your marriage first, that does not mean you're not included. You are included, right? If your marriage isn't working for you, then it's not working. If it's only working for your wife, it's not working. Again, this is why I get so frustrated with this idea that women are that women know everything there is to know about relationships, and therefore if you would just do what she says, everything will be fine. Doesn't work. I mean, it's a great idea, great in theory. I'm a woman, it would be wonderful, but it doesn't work. Okay, we don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. I don't even know everything. Okay, none of us know everything. But the question is, are you willing to learn? Are you willing to stand up for what's right for your relationship? Now, sometimes that means it doesn't go your way. Sometimes that means it doesn't go your wife's way. Sometimes it doesn't go either of your ways, and you got to figure out a third way. That's all okay. But the thing is you want to be doing the right thing. And getting into a knockdown, drag out argument is rarely ever the right thing. Your feelings are going to give you information that you need to use and process. Don't necessarily act on them without thinking first. But stepping up and doing what's right, stepping up and taking the high road. Just because you and your partner don't agree doesn't mean you have to fight. What it means is you have to find a way to reach resolution. Okay, so this is a hard concept because it's really easy. Like I said in the book, if you really want to hear about it, go get the book Leadership and Self-Deception. It's a fantastic book because it talks about how we let ourselves off the hook. And we know that doing certain behaviors isn't good for our relationship, but we do them anyway. Okay, why? Because we justify it to ourselves. We justify, well, it's okay for me to do this because my wife or my husband did this other thing. Nope. If it's not okay for you to do it, it's not okay for you to do it. And it's hard. But it's definitely worth it. And I would like to hear from you guys about what gets in your way of doing the right thing. Because this is where your partner's resentment comes from. This is where it gets really tough. And we have to be able to talk about our resentment. We have to be able to talk about the things that bother us, not in an angry way, not in an argumentative way, but in, hey, honey, we've got a problem, and I'd really like to sit down and talk with you about it. Okay, because this isn't working for me. And being a hero means dealing with the difficult crap, right? Not putting it in the closet, not ignoring it and just letting it eat away at you, because that's not helpful. So let me know down below, what is the one thing that you think gets in the way of you being a hero in your marriage? Okay, put it down in the comments, or you can send me an email at Leslie, Lesli, at foundationscoachingnc.com. That's FOUNDATIONS, coaching, N as in Nancy, C as in Charlie.com, because I really want to know, and I will answer you. Okay, and I also want to know, what are the things that you do that you think make you a hero in your marriage, because that's important too. Okay, so hopefully you'll think about this, and you'll think about what the right thing for your marriage is, and you'll let me know. And until next week, stay loving.